Well, before I start the festivities, I decided that got a little letter here from Google AdSense. I was wondering what the heck this was about. Did you know that personalized tips are available to help you earn more with Google AdSense? Make sure that we can reach you via email. Go to google.com blah 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 performance suggestions, and in personal settings section click edit. Check on the box next to customize help in performance suggestions and click save. In other words, my videos on my last channel, because this was from my Bad Cop 69 days, are underperforming. And they want to help give me the tools to be a success because I made YouTube partner, but I've not made my obligations. I don't get, what is it, 300 views per video on my last channel. And not to toot my own horn, but to some degree, some of those videos do deserve at least 300 views. But I think oftentimes the truth isn't glamorous. The truth oftentimes is not something that is a ratings grabber. It's just like what Super Soylent 2 user on here had once said about the truth about the theism versus anti-theistic debate and why it is stupid. Because the truth is, religion does not drive people to do things they wouldn't normally do, nor does the drive of a non-deity, religion, God, or dogma. When it comes right down to it, whether you believe wholeheartedly in a God or not, we're all susceptible to human nature. We're all susceptible to greed, to lust, to any number of things that tend to be the major windfall of humanity. But no, I'm not going to necessarily blame it on the content. I know I ruffled a lot of feathers, pissed a lot of people off with my anti-video game rants at times. To clarify, if I may, I don't hate video games. I don't hate the industry. I hate their business. I hate their business practices. If this had been the kind of stuff that this gen that they were pulling with, say, the regular Nintendo, I don't honestly say that that would have saved the gaming industry. I do believe that a crash would do them a lot of good. I mean, look at Nintendo. Back when I was electronics specialist, you could not find a Wii the year that Wiis were released around Christmas time. Oh, we might get one shipment in. It was very scarce, despite what some consumer advocates may have told you at the time. No, we weren't hoarding Wiis typically. We would get maybe 1 or 2 boxes, and that was it. Nintendo could not keep up with the demand. And that's kind of the point here. I go in to GameStop thinking I'm going to be put on a waiting list for a Wii U Deluxe unit, and I find out that not only is the Deluxe model still in stock, or at least had 4 left, but the basic model was also fully stocked. And this was on Christmas Eve. If I'm not saying that the Wii U is doomed, but I'm not seeing it selling in the same fashion in which the Wii sold. Granted, the Wii was a bit cheaper, but I mean the Wii was very much a self-contained unit. You didn't need an external hard drive, well, unless you modded it, but I digress. You know, it had an SD card slot, but everything was very self-contained. Game saves and anything else that came with those games could be contained on the Wii's internal memory system. It still had its problems, but I rarely had major issues with fitting things onto my Wii. Wii U, on the other hand, is a nightmare of design. I get where they were going with the consumer-friendly version that was very basic and the very beefed-up deluxe model version. And I get that developers seem to be fighting an even bigger war, or is it a war that they have created against piracy? Oh yes, no, I forgot. Piracy is okay, sort of. Just so you can pirate so long as you never secondhand game buy, because that is killing the industry. That is killing innovation. And that is a reason why I really should get into the rest of my series on the video gaming industry, because whether some of what I'm touching on is a social issue or not, this can't continue. These kind of business practices that these companies are issuing, and the fact that they get away with it, that they constantly insult each and every one of you legally paying customers, while in many ways almost patting on the back those who get a free ride because at least they didn't buy secondhand. Because oh no, GameStop is the worst thing to ever happen to gamings in the industry, except they're in the pocket of Microsoft. No, I'm not joking. Actually, 60% of all digital sales actually go through GameStop. And what I found out recently is if you have a certain game or DLC that you're really into, you can literally buy the exact amount of points you need through GameStop, or at least until recently. I think they had a new issue with the Microsoft points, but I digress. And you could then go home with your special code, enter it into your Xbox console, because I've done it. It's how I bought Fez. And you can get your product right away. And I like that. But that's the point, is the industry imagines that they can kill GameStop. They can't kill GameStop. GameStop, I've been assured, if all brick and mortar stores went away, would go completely digital and they would thrive and still survive. And Microsoft's not about to let some place that gives them 60% of their digital business die. So there's that too. So where am I going with this? I know that I'm long-winded. I know that some of my videos are extremely long, and I don't have editing. I don't have snappy intros anymore, because those kept getting flagged or taken down in many ways, even if I'm playing less than 30 seconds worth of music, which technically in America qualifies under fair use, and technically usually qualifies under general copyright laws in this country. But oh yeah, I forgot, piracy. If I happen to play a snippet of a song that 90% of you have never heard of and would never know who it is, I'm stealing music and allowing you to steal music with the small snippet of a clip that I put into my videos. Oh, woe is the music industry. They can fuck right off. I know, I'm not supposed to cuss, I'm not supposed to curse, I just get sick of it. I know that my voice can be a bit droning. I know that it can make people somewhat drowsy. I know that people like my long videos sometimes only because they want something to yammer in the backgrounds while they go and watch TV, something to keep them engaged. But what can I say? You know, I reach certain people. I reach different demographics. I even reach people who consider themselves my enemy. And we engage, and sometimes we have a very civil discourse. Other times they take my videos, re-edit them to make it seem like I'm saying that I want to do bad things to good people. You know, stuff like that. At the end of the day, AdSense, I know what you're going to tell me. And it's useless. It's basically useless. The only thing I like about this system is you generally can't ad block on here. Whereas with Blip, you can completely ad block and get right to your video without the intermissions anymore, which I kind of like, but, you know, Blip paid you. Blip put an ad in your video and you generally get paid so long as the ad plays. Now with ad blocker becoming a big thing, that's not going to work quite so well, but I already know what they're going to say, and I'm not able to change at this point. Eventually, I'm probably going to have somebody who could be a cameraman. I could probably maybe even have people to help me edit, but at this point, I'm all that's it. And this is what I can do with my time, given the amount of time I spend in research and single parenting.